right, tell us about the Beatles.
The Beatles. This is both cool and weird at the same time. So the Beatles are getting a biopic, which I'm sure this is not like the first iteration of something like this. I don't believe so. But they're getting a four-part biopic. And by four-part, I mean there will be four movies. Four movies. Four films to acknowledge and celebrate and highlight the Beatles. Sam Mendes is directing, and it's called The Beatles, a four-film cinematic event, a series of four interconnected biographical films scheduled for release in April 2028, with each movie focusing on the perspective of a different band member. The cast features Harris Dickinson as John Lennon, Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, Joseph Quinn as George Harrison, and Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr. So the plan is, and I before I even say that, Sam Mendes is coining this as bingeable film. Like, he's trying to change the movie game. Y'all sit up on your couches or someone else's, and you've got the Netflix going, you've got the Max going, you've got the Hulu, if you can even find content that's available to you on Hulu. That's a chat for another day. Your Disney Plus, whatever it is. And y'all sit up there and binge shows all the time. So these guys said, hey, why don't y'all binge some movies? So they're giving it, they said that they're not exactly sure yet if it will be all released in one day or all released in 1 week, but they will all be released at the same time. It won't be it won't be like Wicked, where you'll be waiting a year. It won't be like DC and Marvel, where they'll tell you the Avengers are coming back in December of 2029. It won't be like that. You will get it all at once. It's just a question of how quickly at once. So, what do you think of this? Because okay, all right. Before you even say anything, my co-host, okay, you know I like to give you a little anecdotes about my co-host sometimes. My co-host prefers a movie, okay? He prefers a movie. And from what I understand, you don't really like to binge too hard either. Like, you don't mind watching a series, but the things that people do, where, like me, I love to sit up on my couch with a little six episode series and just bang it all out in one day. That is not my co-host, but he is a film buff. So this seems like your hell, realized. But you tell me. That's my guess. But you tell me what you think of this.
I think it's a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people are watching four movies back to back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now, let me be clear. I would like to use the word most people.
Yeah.
Because there are people who will sit and watch
movies all day.
The Star Wars movies back to back. There are definitely people who will watch all the Harry Potter movies back to back.
It's true.
And one time, I went to the theaters for a release of Christopher Nolan's Batman Dark Knight Rises. And when they did this release, before number 3 came out, they showed you number 1 and 2 before that. So we were in the movies for 9 hours.
That is
really
a
like
long
10 hours.
Movie day.
They gave you a break. It was like a 20-30 minute break in between each movie.
30
so
minutes? We were in an hour?
Nobody wanted an hour. If it's an hour, it's too long. Anyway,
you're going home. Yeah.
Or to sleep, right? And so you got a chance to refill your popcorn and your soda and use the bathroom and stretch the legs. And the only reason I did that 3 movie thing was because that's my shit, right? And I think this is the problem. I think the problem with doing this is nobody saw these movies before. They may not be the greatest films. And then if number one is subpar, how you gonna feel about sitting there for number two?
Well, you already paid for it, so.
But that sometimes you'll take the L. I think you are pushing the envelope, and I like the innovative side of this. I like the concept of this, but I think you're banking too much on the fandom of the Beatles, which is huge worldwide, right?
I
I'm
mean,
not,
I.
but I think you're banking too much on those fans
hmm
being willing to sit there for all of these hours, because you said a movie, which means at minimum each one is an hour and 30.
Yeah, they're gonna be,
So we saying
because it's highlighting each person's life. So it's like you're watching four biopics.
correct. And that I think is a stretch. I think you're hard pressed to find people in droves who are going to come out and watch four films back to back. And
Yeah.
now I also want to say one more thing. Understand that the Beatles are one of the greatest groups in history. Some would say the greatest group in all of history. I understand. I understand. But four films is fucking greedy.
I did not expect. I did not expect you to say
I could even see part one
that.
and part two. But
Yeah,
four fucking films? Nigga. Queen got one film. Okay?
and Queen could have easily.
The shit was great. I love
Oh,
Bohemian
so
Rhapsody.
good.
I watch that movie all the time. Just
It's
watched it
so
like 3 weeks
good.
ago with my daughter.
So good.
Maybe
So
less than that, like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, the point is, four fucking films is greedy.
yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying yeah because I necessarily agree with you, but
Four
yeah.
films is greedy. That's a lot.
Now, what I'll say is that if you had to, if this concept was floating around, let's say the concept was just floating around the industry and people were thinking about doing this, but people weren't really sure for concerns that you noted. I do think that if you need to do a trial run, if we need to see if this could work, the Beatles is a good place to start because the like you said, the fandom of the Beatles is huge,
Yes.
huge, and crosses
Yes.
generations.
Yes.
So I think if people are really that invested, they'll find themselves at the theater. Now, from what I read, and you guys can find this article, and there's a bunch of articles online, but I found mine from Billboard. But what I read is that the stories are interconnected. So they're making it so you're
Sure.
going to want to see all four films in order to complete the entire story. It's just that it'll be from each group member's perspective. But yeah, I think for me, you talked about 9 hours of being at the movies, and yeah, for one-offs, I think it's okay. I'm totally down. I'm the friend who's down for whatever. So, even if this is something that I don't care to do, if somebody said to me, you want to go watch, however many movies all day, I would say yes. I probably would. I would go on the excursion with them. But I think on a normal day, the idea of being glued to my seat for that many hours today, it feels like I'm being held beyond my control. Now, I do remember years ago when I was a teenager, I was fine with going to the movies and seeing multiple movies in one day. I just don't know that my attention span allows me to do that today.
I don't even think that's the problem. If it was two movies, I think people would do that with no
Yeah,
hesitation.
I think two
But
movies is not
four
that bad.
fucking films? This is what I don't understand.
And then trailers and ads, don't do it. Don't do it. This better be an ad-free experience. I don't want to see nobody else's movie trailer that day. Okay.
This is
You had
what
the
I don't
movies from
understand.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
What I don't understand is why
Hmm.
wouldn't they make this a series?
I think it would, yeah, I think it should have been a
Because
series.
you could have gave us even 9 1 hour episodes, even 10. You could have gave 10 1 hour episodes,
They
and
could
people
have.
would have loved that. It could have been a limited series, and you could have wilded out. You could have did all the shit you wanted, all the stories, all the interconnectedness. You could do whatever you want if you made it a series. You could have easily did a dope limited series,
Okay, so I love docuseries. I
and that I
love
would have watched.
yeah,
If
and
you
I
told
love
me, hey,
documentaries.
limited series on Max or whatever on platform
Hmm.
A, because Max didn't pay us, right? If you
It would
said,
probably.
hey, limited series, 10
Hmm.
episodes, the Beatles, I'd be like, oh, let's go.
I agree. I agree. I think it's a lot more. It would be a lot more digestible as a series.
Yeah.
I I also will say I really enjoy a documentary. I really enjoy a docu series. But I also really enjoy a biopic. It's
Mhm.
different, but the same, but it's different. You know. Um, so I really like the idea of getting a Beatles film. I love
I
that
think even
idea.
two.
You know, I that biopics about music acts are some of my favorite films to watch. I
Yeah.
love them. I think they're great. Most of the time, they're done well, fairly well. Sometimes, but most of the time, they're good. They're inspiring. They teach you things you didn't know, or maybe because some of it is not real. But I do not real meaning like loose exaggerations of things that happened or
Oh,
what
okay.
what I yeah, I mean everything is not exactly
You
as
mean
it's shown to
you
us.
mean Elton John did not start flying through the air while singing?
I'm not doing this with you. I knew you were going to do this.
Rocket Man was like,
If
all
you
right,
need to go watch Rocket Man, you could.
why you didn't tell me to smoke some weed or take some mushrooms or something before I walked in here? Why you didn't tell me?
anyway, anyway, yeah, I like the idea. I just don't know how invested I could be. I think I would need it over time. I would need multiple days to
Yeah.
watch it. I would need there to be an option for me to watch it over multiple days. I don't think I would want.
But even if they did, if they said, okay, if they said Thursday movie 1, Friday movie 2, Saturday movie 3, Sunday movie 4, you going to the movies 4 days in a row?
I think Sunday might be really difficult.
Yeah, like cats ain't doing
There
this,
better be
man.
bundles too when you buy. First of all, how much is this going to cost? And there better be bundles too. I
I
better
mean, if
get
you
a
got
Beatles
AMC A list,
popcorn bucket or something
if you got
with free
AMC A
refills.
list,
I mean, I do have AMCA list, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Anyway,
that could be your 4 movies for the week.
that's true. That's true. But they
But
be doing.
you will have to buy popcorn and snacks multiple times.
But that's what I'm saying. There should be some
But
sort of
if you got
special.
popcorn pass, all right, this is not an ad.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
you see, show off. Anyway, the point here is, listen, this is a nice idea. I'm very curious to see what it looks like. I want to see trailers. I want to know exactly what the plan is when they have a plan. I'm very interested in this whole thing being fleshed out and
Yeah,
presented to us. It's not going to be until 2028, so we don't have to worry about it for a while. But
I don't have to worry about it at all.
all right, what's the next topic? Because You came here to be ridiculous today, and I just
I just feel like this is ridiculous. So you gotta. I'm trying to match their energy. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yep.
For fucking
We'll at
hell.
Sam Mendes, okay?
Right. Yeah. When you clip it up, make sure you tag them. Okay, Sam Mendes. What? Again, I think very innovative.
Uh huh.
Very
Oh,
innovative.
absolutely. Great. Conceptually, it makes a lot of sense. I get it.
But make it a series.
Yeah.
Change your mind like Keisha Cole.